Alright guys, today I know this video isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea, but you guys know I'm a huge book lover, so I just wanted to share with you my most recent book haul. These books all came from a book sale that I had gone to with my best friend. Hardcover books, very first day, are $2, and soft covers, paperbacks, are $1. So I got quite a number of books. Not like I need any more, but you guys know who also love to read. You know, all of our TBR piles are just crazy big, right? So I'm just going to share with you what I got at the book sale. I think Eric picked out 3 books. I don't know if he plans on listing what he got or what have you, but I'll show you what he picked out as well. Eric doesn't buy, you know, actual books. He's not like a big into reading. So let's just go through what I picked up. The first book I got was What Lies in the Woods. This is by Kate Alice Marshall. I don't think I've ever read anything by this author before, so I don't know. It sounded, typically when I'm at a book sale, I do judge books by their cover slightly, but I also will read at least the first sentence or the first paragraph. Like, I try to do it super duper duper quickly because book sales are kind of like rummage sales, in all honesty. Like, people are just grabby, you know, and I just want to like get around and get like all, you know, all the books I want as well. So I went with this one, so hopefully it's good. And then 2, also typically, I don't typically go by like Goodreads ratings because everybody has, you know, their own taste in whether a book was good or not. So I don't like going by reviews and things like that because my reviews aren't always the same as someone else's. So I like to give all books an equal chance, right? After I just got done saying I judge a book by its cover, not all the time. Next one I got was called The Stars We Share by Raffi Posey, if I'm pronouncing that name right. So these all sounded good enough to me within the first sentence or paragraph. So went with that. So I'll show you the hardcovers first. This one was called We Must Not Think of Ourselves by Lauren Grodstein. So it looks like that. And these books are in such nice condition. Like, this book retailed $29. It's crazy. And I paid $2. That's why I like picking up books at, you know, book sales and yard sales and things like that. I will on occasion go to the bookstore and buy a book full price, but it's a rare instance for me. Next is The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. I probably have about 5 or 6 books by Kristen Hanna. I haven't read yet though, but I've heard really good things about her. So I've just, when I find, you know, one of her books, I pick it up. So I gotta, maybe the next one that I pick off my TBR list will be one of hers. I also got The Leftover Woman by Jean Kwok. Looks like this. And some of these are Book of the Month Club books. I don't have a subscription to that, but a lot of the times when I find books at book sales or yard sales and stuff like that, a lot of the Book of the Month books are really good books. So whenever I see that, it's like, okay, that's a good indication to me anyway, based off the books I read that were Book of the Month books, that it's a probability that it's going to be a good book. Then I got This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. And I have a wide taste in books. Like, I will literally read anything, doesn't matter what it is. I guess you could say I'm more gravitational towards mysteries, thriller, horror. I do like some romance. I won't turn my nose up when it comes to like a smutty book or something like that. Well, I'll read that for sure. And, you know, just anything that's just out of the norm kind of thing as well. And you'll see one of those books, I'll get to it. The next book I picked up was called The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Dahlia Harris. So I got this one. I got a lot of hardcovers. So, but like I said, $2 for a hardcover is just insane. And they're in such nice condition. Then I also got another Kristen Hanna book. This one's called The Women by Kristen Hanna. So I've heard good things about this one as well. So give it a shot. Even the insides of these are so pretty. Awesome. And then I typically, what happens after I finish a book, it goes into my pile of books I've read, and then I'll sell them. I'll put them on Whatnot. I typically do my books at a $3 start on Whatnot, and I sell them. So I rarely keep the books that I buy. Then I got The Stranger Upstairs by Lisa Matlin. This one was also a book of the month book. So I love the cover of this one as well, but it also sounded really good. So I'm so excited to read these, but it's such a shame. You can only read one book at a time, right? Then I got American Rapture by CJ Lead. This one sounded really interesting. Like, really interesting. So, I don't know. This actually might be signed by the author. I think it is. That's pretty cool. Little surprise there. Then I got Black Sheep by Rachel Harrison. This cover drew me in. But it also sounded really interesting as well. So, I'm so excited for books. Make me so happy, guys. So happy. Okay, so this one is so weird. But I'm gonna have to, I can't show you this because it's a little graphic here on the front, but this is like a vintage book called The Erotic Imagination by William Slattery. I don't know. It's things like this where like I see it and I'm like, okay, that's really weird. This is from 1975. But then also, sometimes books like this can also be worth money. And you guys know, obviously I'm a reseller. So, you know, crossing fingers that maybe this book is actually, you know, worth something. So after I'm done reading it, I can sell it. Then the rest are going to be the soft covers. So $1 a piece for these ones. This is called All Our Yesterdays by Kristen Terrell. Looks like this. So that one sounded interesting. This was actually on my Goodreads list of books that I wanted to read. So it's always fun when you actually find books that you are technically looking for because you want to read them. This is called Journey of Souls, and it's case studies of life between lives. So it's basically stories. I think this guy maybe like hypnotized people. And then they like talked about like their past lives or something. I don't know. I think that's so interesting. And I don't know. I've been wanting to read this book. I have heard good things about it. So got that and I was excited since I was looking for it. I got this one called Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. Again, I don't think I've ever read anything by this author, but I always hear good things about her. So we shall see. Then I got The Running Girl by Sarah Bladell. Now, when I put this into my Goodreads, I think this isn't like the first book. Like maybe it's a series or something. So I don't know if I need to read the first. Yeah, it's a trilogy. And this would be the second book. So I'm thinking I'm going to maybe need the first one before I read it. If anyone has read it before, let me know if like it's like, Sometimes books, even though they're a part of trilogies and things like that, you can still read them without reading, you know, the first one. But then sometimes you might get lost if you do have to read it. So I don't know, might hold off on that one because of that. I got Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. I have the Things We Never Got Over, but I haven't read it yet. But I knew that like I would need this at some point, and then I think there's a second one. I think this one was the third one. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that. Things We Never Got Over. Things We Hide from the Light would be the second one. So I'll have to get that one. But, well, I'll have to read the first one first, and then I'll have to get the second one before I can read that one. But I knew I needed it, so I picked it up. And then I also had this one on my list that I wanted to read. When this came out, like, everyone was talking about it. It's The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore. So these are like, I think, cozy romance, but I think they're also slightly smutty. I don't really know like how much or anything like that. But yeah, like everyone was talking about this when it came out, and I was gonna actually pay full retail for it, so I'm glad that I didn't. So I got that, and then right beside it was this one, The Christmas Tree Farm, also by Laurie Gilmore. So I'm excited for these, so we'll see. We'll see how they are. So if anyone has read any of these books, and you want to let me know like how you like them and what have you, definitely let me know in the comments. Also, based on what you're seeing here, if there is any authors or books that you think I would enjoy, also let me know, so that I can put stuff into my Goodreads. Then I'll show you the books that Eric picked up. He got 2 Oyster Plates books. These are like reference books. So I don't know if he planned on keeping these. We don't come across oyster plates very often, and oyster plates, oh my gosh, a lot of them are worth so much money. It's like freaking ridiculous. So I don't know if he planned on selling these or what, but he got that one, and then he got Collecting Oyster Plates. Eric likes reference books. He likes looking at the pictures. And, you know, you learn things, too. You learn, you know, the makers of whatever, you know, reference book it is and things like that. So, like I said, I'm not sure his intention on either of the Oyster Plates books. And then he got this one because he thought that I'd like looking through it. And he's so sweet. It's called Children's Paper Premiums in American Advertising, 1890 to 1990s. Okay, so it's so super cute. It's just like kids, like ephemera, basically. Picture here. That's so cute. So yeah, I'll have fun looking at this, and then we'll have to see. It'll probably just go in with like the rest of our like reference type books. So that's pretty much everything for this haul. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, even if you're not super into books, or maybe, you know, you've never watched any of my YouTube videos. You're new, you just saw this video. I do like to share my book hauls when I have like a decent amount. Unfortunately, I didn't record at the book sale. It was a little hectic this time around. Sometimes it's a little more hectic than others. Oh, one thing I did want to mention though is typically I just take like a book tote with me and carry it on, you know, my shoulder. I am getting old and it hurts. It hurts my shoulders. It's just not fun to carry around like all of these books basically. So I ended up, and I've been wanting to get one for a while, and I finally caved. I got a Hulkin bag, and it came the other day. So next time there's a book sale, I'm taking the Hulkin bag so I don't have to carry around my books. I can just roll them around. So I'm excited about that. And I also plan on taking it to like the outdoor antique flea market and stuff like that. So it'll definitely get used a lot. I went with the medium size just because I definitely didn't want the small, but I definitely didn't think I wanted like the largest one. So if I really do use this one a lot and I really do enjoy it and like it, I may consider buying the other ones. They are kind of expensive, but if, like I said, if I use it a lot and I really like it and it's coming in handy, then I definitely think I might buy more. So we'll see how I like it. If you guys have one, let me know how it has, you know, held up and everything like that, because I haven't actually used it yet. Literally just came the other day, but I am excited to take it out and use it. So we'll see how I do actually enjoy it. I got the pink one too, so the real bright pink one. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.